Every homeowner has heard the faint drip of a leaky faucet and thought, I'll deal with that later. That single decision, repeated in millions of homes every year, is exactly how small water leaks turn into major home repair bills. Water damage doesn't announce itself with a bang. It creeps in slowly, hiding behind walls, under floors, and inside ceilings until the damage is so extensive that a simple fix has become a 5-figure nightmare. Understanding how these small leaks escalate is the first step toward protecting your home, your wallet, and your peace of mind. Let's start with the obvious culprit, the dripping faucet. It seems harmless, almost background noise in a busy household, but a faucet that drips once per second wastes over 3,000 gallons of water a year. That's not just a wasted resource, it's wasted money on your utility bill, and it's often a sign of worn-out washers or seals that, left unaddressed, can eventually fail completely and cause a much larger leak inside the wall or under the sink. What starts as an annoying sound can end as a burst pipe flooding your cabinets and warping your flooring. Speaking of flooring, one of the most common places small leaks turn catastrophic is underneath your home's most used rooms, the kitchen and the bathroom. A slow leak under a sink, often caused by a loose supply line or a cracked P-trap, can drip for weeks or even months without detection. Homeowners rarely check under their sinks regularly, so the water quietly saturates the cabinet base, then the subfloor, then the floor joists beneath. By the time you notice a soft spot in your flooring or a musty smell, you're not looking at a simple pipe repair anymore. You're looking at replacing rotted subflooring, moldy cabinetry, and potentially even structural support beams. What could have been a $50 fix has become a $5,000 renovation. Toilets are another sneaky source of hidden water damage. A running toilet or a leak at the base, often caused by a worn wax ring, can slowly seep water into the bathroom subfloor. Because bathroom floors are usually tiled, this kind of leak can go unnoticed for a long time since the tile itself doesn't show damage the way drywall or wood does. Meanwhile, the plywood underneath is soaking up moisture every single day. Eventually, homeowners notice the tile feels spongy or the toilet rocks slightly when you sit down, and by then, the subfloor needs to be torn out and replaced entirely. Regularly checking your toilet's wax ring seal and listening for a running toilet after each flush can save you from this expensive surprise. Now let's talk about one of the most damaging and often overlooked leak sources, your water heater. Water heaters have a lifespan, typically 8 to 12 years, and as they age, corrosion can develop inside the tank. A small leak at the base of the tank might seem minor at first, maybe just a bit of dampness on the floor. But water heaters are usually located in basements, utility closets, or garages, areas where a slow leak can go undetected for a long time. If your water heater is positioned near drywall, wood framing, or stored belongings, that slow leak can lead to mold growth, structural rot, and ruined possessions before you even realize there's a problem. Experts recommend inspecting your water heater every few months for rust, corrosion, or moisture around the base, and replacing it proactively once it reaches the end of its expected lifespan, rather than waiting for it to fail. Roof leaks deserve special attention because they're notorious for causing damage far beyond the point where water actually enters your home. A missing shingle or a small crack in your roof's flashing might let in just a trickle of water during a storm. That water doesn't necessarily drip straight down and land in a visible spot. Instead, it often travels along rafters and insulation, spreading out and soaking materials across a wide area before it ever shows up as a stain on your ceiling. By the time you see that telltale brown spot, mold may already be growing in your attic insulation, and the wood framing may already be compromised. This is why hidden signs your roof needs repair, like granules in your gutters, curling shingles, or daylight visible through your attic boards, should never be ignored. Catching a roof leak early might cost a few $100s for a patch. Catching it late can cost tens of thousands in structural repairs and mold remediation. Basements are another hot spot where small water issues spiral out of control. Many homeowners notice a bit of dampness after a heavy rain and simply run a fan or wipe it up, assuming it's a minor inconvenience. But persistent basement moisture is often a sign of a foundation crack, poor grading around your home, or a failing sump pump. Left unaddressed, this moisture works its way into your foundation walls, creating larger cracks over time as water freezes and expands during colder months. It also creates the perfect environment for mold and mildew, which not only damages your home structure, but can also affect your family's indoor air quality and health. Basement moisture problems that seem cosmetic at first, like a musty smell or slightly damp carpet, can indicate a foundation issue that costs thousands of dollars to properly waterproof and repair if ignored for too long. For homeowners in colder climates, frozen pipes present one of the most dramatic examples of how a small issue becomes a massive expense almost overnight. When temperatures drop and a pipe isn't properly insulated, water inside can freeze and expand, putting immense pressure on the pipe walls. The pipe might not burst immediately. Sometimes it develops a hairline crack that only starts leaking once the ice begins to thaw, meaning the damage might not be discovered until days after the cold snap has passed. By then, water could have been pouring into your walls or ceiling for hours without anyone noticing. This is why preventing frozen pipes during winter, through proper insulation, sealing drafts near pipes, and keeping a trickle of water running during extreme cold is so important. A burst pipe can release hundreds of gallons of water in a very short time, leading to warped floors, ruined drywall, and even electrical damage if water reaches wiring or outlets. Washing machines and dishwashers are two more everyday appliances that quietly contribute to water damage over time. Supply hoses for washing machines are particularly prone to wear and cracking, especially the standard rubber hoses that come with most machines. These hoses can develop small leaks that go unnoticed because they're tucked behind the machine out of sight. Over months, this slow leak can damage your laundry room flooring, and if your laundry room is upstairs, potentially damage the ceiling and rooms below. Replacing standard rubber hoses with braided stainless steel hoses is a simple, inexpensive upgrade that dramatically reduces this risk. Similarly, dishwashers with worn door seals or damaged water lines can leak small amounts of water with every cycle, slowly damaging the surrounding cabinetry and flooring before the problem becomes visible. One of the biggest reasons small leaks become expensive disasters is that most damage happens in places we simply don't look at regularly. Behind walls, under floors, above ceilings, and inside crawl spaces, water can do its damage completely out of sight. This is why regular home maintenance checks are so critical. Walking through your home every month and checking under sinks, around your water heater, near your washing machine connections, and in your basement or crawl space can help you catch small leaks before they become expensive repairs. Look for warped or discolored materials, a musty smell, unexpected increases in your water bill, or any sign of mold, as these are often the earliest indicators of a hidden leak. Speaking of your water bill, this is actually one of the most reliable early warning systems available to homeowners. Yet it's often overlooked. If your water usage suddenly spikes without an obvious explanation, like filling a pool or hosting extra guests, that's a strong signal that water is leaking somewhere in your home. Comparing your monthly water bills and investigating any unexplained increase can help you catch a leak in its earliest and least expensive stage, long before it causes visible damage. Another practical tool every homeowner should consider is a water leak detection device. These small, affordable sensors can be placed near water heaters, under sinks, and near washing machines, and they send an alert to your phone the moment they detect moisture. For homes with a history of leaks, or for homeowners who travel frequently, these devices offer an extra layer of protection, catching leaks within minutes rather than weeks or months. Some advanced systems can even automatically shut off your home's main water supply when a leak is detected, preventing catastrophic flooding entirely. It's also worth mentioning that insurance companies are increasingly aware of how much damage slow leaks cause, and many policies have specific language around gradual water damage versus sudden and accidental damage. In many cases, damage caused by a leak that developed slowly over time, especially if it could have been discovered through reasonable maintenance, may not be fully covered by your homeowner's insurance. This makes preventive maintenance not just a matter of saving money on repairs, but also protecting yourself from claim denials down the road. Ultimately, the difference between a homeowner who spends $50 fixing a leaky faucet and one who spends $15,000 replacing rotted subflooring and remediating mold often comes down to a few simple habits. Regularly inspecting the areas of your home most prone to leaks, listening for unusual sounds like running water when nothing is turned on, watching for unexplained increases in your water bill, and addressing small drips and dampness the moment you notice them can save you an enormous amount of money and stress. Water damage rarely happens all at once. It's a slow, quiet process that gains momentum the longer it's ignored, and that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. Protecting your home from the escalating costs of water damage doesn't require expensive renovations or professional inspections every month. It simply requires awareness. Take 15 minutes this weekend to check under your sinks, look around your water heater, inspect your washing machine hoses, and glance at your basement for any signs of dampness. That small investment of time could be the difference between a minor repair and a major financial setback. Small leaks are easy to ignore because they seem insignificant, but as we've seen, insignificant drips can quietly transform into some of the most expensive repairs a homeowner will ever face. Staying proactive, staying observant, and acting quickly at the first sign of moisture is the most effective way to keep your home safe, dry, and free from the costly consequences of water damage left unchecked.